So thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Patel, on the broadcast. All right, in more news coming in, leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi has hit out at the BJP over the India-US trade deal, stating that India has handed over its energy and data security to the US. Rahul said that the BJP has sold India to the US and that this wouldn't be the case if the India alliance was in power. But what happened when the UPA government was in power? Well, BJP has hit out at Rahul Gandhi as well, and they have spoken on when India and US had signed the India Safeguards Agreement, which, according to a note written by a former US envoy, noted that India has committed to separate its military and civil activities and submit its entire civil nuclear program to international inspection. Let me in fact go across to my colleague Anand Singh for more on this. Anand, we saw the leader of the opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, lash out at the BJP regarding the India-US interim trade deal, but the BJP has also in fact spoken out and said that during the UPA's time, they had also handed over their entire civil nuclear program for international inspection.
Yes, Shivani, look, even as the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi clearly lambasted the government that how it had surrendered before the United States over the US-India trade deal. So clearly now the BJP has also accused the Congress of surrendering before the US government at that point of time. As they shared that when the UPA government negotiated with the US over the nuclear deal, and the United States at that point of time has clearly said that India has committed to separate its military and civil activities and submit its entire civil program to international inspection. So clearly, it mentioned that the USA decided that how we will run our nuclear program. So clearly, this came in response after Rahul Gandhi clearly mentioned that how our India's energy security was being surrendered with the United States, as the US was directing India that from whom it will buy oil or from whom it will not buy oil. So clearly, he has accused the NDA-led government at the center, and in response to that, BJP has brought out the US-India nuclear deal details in which it had mentioned that how UK government at that point of time surrendered before the United States. Back to your question.
Right, Anand. And when we are discussing this, obviously, Anand, we are also looking at, this entire safeguards agreement that the UPA government had signed in 2008, and that's what the BJP is also questioning.
Yeah, Shivani, look, the way in which the US nuclear trade deal with India was signed in 2008, so clearly that had been brought up by the BJP, as Rahul Gandhi clearly mentioned that how US was directing India that from whom it will be buying oil. So clearly he has said that how the Prime Minister has surrendered before US President. But now they have used the UPA deal with the United States that clearly stated that how India has committed to separate its military and civil activities and submit its entire civil program to international inspection in regards to the US nuclear deal. So clearly now this has been being used as an ammo by the BJP against the Congress party, which has targeted the Narendra Modi-led government at the center, and it also mentioned that how Narendra Modi government surrendered before US President Donald Trump. Back to you.
Right. And Anand, when we are looking at this entire, controversy that has now erupted, because we have the leader of the opposition who is saying that, we sold India. But this was very similar because the UPA, in fact, was trying to compromise on core sovereignty, like just for international validation.
Yeah, even after leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi clearly asked the BJP members that wasn't it ashamed of selling India to the United States. So clearly now the BJP has also used the US nuclear deal agreement, which mentioned about that how the civil and military nuclear establishments will be inspected by the United States. So clearly now they have taken the same route, the way in which Rahul Gandhi targeted the NDA-led government at the center, and they mentioned that how the UPA government had then sold India to the US, and now they are talking about this recent US-India trade deal. So clearly, now war of words has erupted between the BJP and the Congress, and that's how UPA government at that point of time, which was led by the Congress, had sold India into the hands of the United States. That's it.
Absolutely, Anand. In fact, Anand, if I can come back to you regarding this entire, war of words that is currently erupting, we were also looking at some details that the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has divulged regarding the US-India interim trade deal, and he stated that there is this clause of energy security that we are willing to give up. He also spoke about how when the UPA would have, if they would have gone to the United States, they would have not, they would have they would have gone with a stronger side, stating their data pool that India has to offer.
Yeah, but clearly, look, Shivani, the way in which Rahul Gandhi touted the net promise over the US trade deal, that's how the data and the energy both, and the finance, the third point that he has mentioned that that were being used and the like. So clearly, he mentioned that how this US-India nuclear deal at that point of time in 2008, how the Congress party had brought the country on the back foot, and how it had led to such a weak agreement with the United States, as now Rahul Gandhi is accusing the India government for the same. So clearly, the BJP has now got a fresh ammo in their hands with the US-India trade pact that it has signed in 2008 to target the Congress party.
Right. Let me in fact go across to a statement that's coming in from Rahul Gandhi.
Are you not ashamed of selling India? Yes. Do you have no shame of selling India? You have sold our mother, Bharat Mata. Do you have no shame? But sir, the interesting thing is, I know. The interesting thing is that I know.
All right, so that was the statement that has created a lot of controversy by the leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi. Let me in fact also rope in Mr. Gautam Mukherjee, who's a senior journalist. He's joined us on the broadcast as well. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your time. A very good afternoon to you. Mr. Mukherjee, when we're looking at this war of words, all right, let me also introduce another guest who's joined us on the broadcast, Mr. Nirmal Singh, former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. If I can come across to you, sir, Mr. Singh, first on this war of words, LOP Rahul Gandhi has stated that we have sold our country. However, in 2008, the UPA government had gone over and, given the entire international community the right to inspect India's civil nuclear program, sir.
This is very shocking. And when the LOP, leader of the opposition, who belongs to Congress party, is saying it, and on the other hand, he is saying that Prime Minister is compromised. You compromised. You compromised over 60 years with the international community.
Absolutely.
They compromised it. And this is a glaring example of that. This is very shocking, and now USA will decide how we have to act and react. This is our sovereign right, and we are a nuclear power, but they are playing others' game, foreigners' game. They are playing Chinese game. They are playing Pakistani game. How they were entered into agreement? He has not said anything. What was the agreement with the Jinping when Sonia ji and Rahul, they sat together and they were signing some documents? Congress has not come out of that, and the nation is asking for that. But they will only create noise and chaos and disorder in the parliament, lowering the status of the Prime Minister, using women MPs. This is very shocking. This is not acceptable, and you'll see that Congress shall face it in the future.
Absolutely, Mr. Singh, and in fact, like you, the LOP had also picked up this energy security debate, and he was stating that we are, giving up our energy security sovereignty. But sir, under the UPA government, when we did this trade deal, this deal was framed as an energy solution, but it came with so many heavy strings, clauses. We were literally subservient to the United States and to the international community.
This is very shocking that he picks up the issue without any data, without any information, and we start discussing it. We start reacting it. And this is just like a circus, where a joker, he comes and the people, they look at him, how he is behaving, how he is acting. So this is the same situation has come. He has no data, he has no argument, and only he is picking issues from this side or that side. He is not coming to the point, because it's a discussion, and 140 crore people of India, they are looking at the government, how government is working, and what is the budget. The budget which is ultimately lead India to the status of a developed country in 2047. Instead of discussing it, they are diverting the issue, they are befooling the people, and people very much know it. They know that who is doing what, and they will definitely punish these people.
Right, and Mr. Singh, like you were talking about that, the UPA deal was a compromise. It was a compromise on our core sovereignty, like civil nuclear power, and that was just for getting international validation. Here we have the BJP government building our international credibility from scratch, sir.
It's a documentary proof which has come out, but they are doing it. Manish Shankar Iyer, the leader, goes to Pakistan and conspires how to defeat Modi. Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi goes to the Jeeping, and they decide they enter into agreement. Then during the Doklam, Rahul Gandhi goes to the Chinese embassy. This is very unfortunate. Actually, Congress is playing the role of our enemies. This is very shocking.
Absolutely, Mr. Singh. Thank you so much for speaking to NewsX, sir. In fact, let me rope in Mr. Mukherjee. Mr. Mukherjee, I apologize for having interrupted, coming to you first. But right now, when we are talking about this entire issue, sir, obviously, war of words. Now, the BJP has come out with a counter claim. They have stated that during the 2008 deal that we tried to pose as energy solutions for India, that was heavily riddled with clauses, that made India actually give up their sovereignty on something as important as civil nuclear energy, sir.
Well, inspection of the civil nuclear facilities is not that big a deal. Up to now, it hasn't been invoked as far as I know. Our weapons nuclear facilities are quite separate. I think the intention of agreeing to civil nuclear facility inspection was to see that the uranium that was brought in for the civil facilities was not diverted. But we have always arranged our own uranium for our weapons facilities, which are not under inspection of anyone. So, but the Congress trying to say that the US deal just entered into is compromising India's sovereignty is absolute nonsense, because we have not involved any of the agriculture or dairy. In fact, there was a revision of the original US statement in which pulses were included. Now that has been taken out. And also the commitment to buy 500 billion worth of US equipment and things has been modified to state that it is an intent, which it certainly is. So they have no legs to stand on. The opposition is trying to make a controversy out of nothing, is trying to rally farmers by saying that they are being affected when they are not being affected. So it's a pack of lies as usual, led by the biggest liar of them all, who is Rahul Gandhi.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukherjee, for joining us on the broadcast with that valuable perspective. All right. Right now, Sudhanshu